proud of yourself for debating college kids who are unprepared to speak in front of an audience like yourself. Hold on. You're 30 years old. We can agree you're 30 years old, right? Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter. I'm a
So
registered voter.
I vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing here today. Yeah?
What's up, everybody? It's your Huckleberry here, back with another Charlie Kirk reaction video. I'm kind of happy that I decided to start watching more of Charlie's videos. I got a lot to go back and catch up on. I used to watch his videos, but the man was dumping out videos all the time, and there's only so many YouTubers you can watch, right? But apparently this is Charlie Kirk's most watched video. So I think I remember seeing maybe memes of this girl, but I don't think I've seen the whole conversation. As you could tell right from the get, she's being a bit aggressive and trying to stoke Charlie instead of just having a real conversation. But anyway, let's see what makes this the most watched video, and let's see how Charlie handles it. And I see he's got Vivek on the stage with him. I like Ramaswamy a lot. I think he's a really solid dude. I really do enjoy his rationale and his words when he speaks. So I don't know if he'll get in on this short video, but the fact that he's up there, I give him kudos for going out and doing this with me. But anyway, let's see why this girl in this video is the most watched of all Charlie's videos.
Yeah? Wait, hold on. How is it any different than a professor talking to you?
Than a professor talking to you? Who are you?
Well, important enough for you to come up to a microphone.
Actually, when I first saw this ad, I thought it was like an improv comedy thing. It looked so ridiculous that I didn't even think it was real.
Well, no, you could see. Look how popular Trump is on your campus. How does that make you feel? That's not comedy. That is a 5-alarm fire for Kamala Harris, because she's probably going to lose Pennsylvania.
Look.
But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking to voters.
Well, that's what we're doing here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a dangerous agenda.
Such as?
Okay, what is it?
Your stance on abortion rights, for example.
Here we go. Okay, so
let me ask a question. What is your name?
Jean.
Jean. And what is your understanding of the current Republican Party's stance on federal intervention in abortion?
Well, I know that they want to bring it back to the states, right?
So it sounds like you do know that the Republican Party's current stance on abortion is they're against a federal ban on abortion.
I do understand that,
and we're talking about a
yes.
presidential election as the
Yes.
important election that we're talking about here.
I understand that, yes.
Great. So, again, I think this open dialogue is great. I think it's great you're here challenging Charlie, and I think it's great that he's willing to travel campuses across this country to talk to the next generation. We need more conversation. Now, where's the disagreement, though, on content? Because you could criticize style or why you're talking to people or dunk on someone personally, but where do you actually disagree with the substance?
With the way that you edit content and specifically frame it so that people look bad talking to you. The way that you edit your content.
we post unedited content.
Let me just ask you one thing, though, because we could
She didn't know how to respond to that. We post unedited content, and she's just like, oh. It looks like she needs a belt too, because she keeps pulling her pants up.
Personal insults can fly in all directions. Where is an area where you have a disagreement with the conservative movement, with Donald Trump, with Charlie Kirk, perhaps with myself? I was a presidential candidate last year. I think we need to talk about that more in the open, and the more we do, the stronger our country is going to be. We got a long line of people, but I want to hear from you one substantive area where you have an authentic disagreement, and I'd be glad to address it. I'm sure Charlie would too.
Just in anything, political...
Relating to any political topic where you have a disagreement. Let's air it.
Okay. I disagree with some of the laws that are being pushed in Congress that are against the LGBTQ community and the trans community.
Okay, so let's talk about that. I'm going to give you my view, and then I want to hear yours.
Okay.
My view is that if you're a fully grown adult, 18 or above, you're free to live how you want, dress how you want, marry who you want if you want, if you're over the age of 18.
I agree.
But you are not free to indoctrinate children in schools who are not yet of the age of consent. You are not free, just as you're a 17-year-old or a 15-year-old can't get a tattoo on their own, I don't think that you should be able to go or until the age of 18. And so the lines that I draw here is that men are free to claim to be women and swim in swimming pools. You're not free to claim trophies in a women's sports competition. You're not free to enter a women's locker room. You're not free to change a language, and you're not free to actually indoctrinate our children who are under the age of 5 in schools.
Change a language.
Do we agree on the fact that
with
adults should be able
pronouns
to live freely while still treating children differently? If so, we're on the same side of this issue.
Listen, I agree with the majority of what you said. However, I don't think that you're understanding the implications of the laws that are trying to be passed.
I like the idea that this blonde I'm sorry, I don't want to give her, I'm not trying to make blonde jokes here, even though I just did, but I like the idea that this borderline minor, okay, I mean, she's probably 20 and Vivek's clearly pushing 40, probably older, in politics, well educated, already got degrees. I like the idea that she's trying to present that he doesn't understand or has trouble processing something, whereas she is in complete control of what she's talking about, when in fact she's having trouble getting out a concise point.
Look, we got a head start in the conversation. We got a long line behind you, but my only ask is, forget the personal attacks or the stylistic attacks. Focus on substance. The more we debate that, the stronger we're going to be as a country. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I don't think you're focusing on substance, though. That's the issue.
Uh-oh.
But he intentionally tried to provoke substance out of you, and you said, well, I'm worried about some laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about?
Oh, wait.
Can you be specific?
Do we have a blur
I'm sorry,
out right
I'm very
now?
nervous.
She's pretty nervous. That's a blur out. Okay. All right. I was wondering about this video. I was like, okay, so this is hot blonde chick on the mic, but like, why is this his most watched video? But she just pulled a Janet Jackson, so that makes sense now. We got a little boob slipping. Look at the most replay. All right. This is all starting to make some sense, guys.
He intentionally tried to provoke substance out of you, and you said, well, I'm worried about some laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about?
Oh, there it is. She pulled it down. Was this intentional? Did she do this on purpose? Like Timberlake? Actually, I watched that about the Super Bowl, and I got two things to tell y'all about that real fast, since this is a short video. The first thing I want to tell you about that is that he didn't mean to do it. They didn't practice, and he was supposed to pull back the top, but the bra was supposed to be showing still. But he pulled too hard, and they didn't practice it in the walkthrough. It was kind of like decided to do it the last second, and it was inadvertent. The second thing, and the more interesting thing I want to tell you, is that YouTube was born off the moment that Justin showed the world Janet's titty. That's how YouTube came about. Now, if you don't understand how, it's because YouTube wasn't around when that first happened. And what happened was people were getting all over online trying to find it. They wanted to find the clip from the halftime at the Super Bowl because they wanted to see Janet's boob. They wanted to see its unveiling, so to speak, and it wasn't out there. And then this one cat, I don't remember his name, but this one cat decided that because he wanted the same thing as them, that he was going to start this website to where he can find the footage and put it on there so people can view it. And now we have YouTube. Is that not a funny story or what, guys? But yeah, there's blurring going on here. This is total nipplage. She's nippling out. Like, that sucks for these guys because they don't even understand what's happening right now. But on the real, though, it totally makes sense why this is the most watched video ever. And I didn't even pay attention to the most replayed spot, but it all makes sense.
Can you be specific?
I'm sorry, I'm very nervous, but this is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight, and you.
Well, hold
Okay.
on. I didn't ask you to come up here. You voluntarily came to the front of the line. You didn't have to do that.
You're purposely antagonizing people on campus, asking
How?
people to come up by spreading your weird agenda.
How? What agenda is that? I'm confused though.
She's talking points right now. She's been told so much stuff from other people and from whatever that she thinks that she's going into this with like all this ammunition and like she's sitting on fact. But like she doesn't know because she's never really ever watched Charlie or understood his engagement. She has no clue. She didn't know what she was if she knew what she was walking into, she wouldn't have walked into it. And you would know what you walked into if you bothered to watch anything from Charlie Kirk before. The only other reason she would have walked into this is so she can get on camera and show everybody her boob. Like there's no reason that she would walk into this like that.
So Charlie, I'll say this. We'll end on this and we'll go to the next question. When I was 18, and I'm not going to blame you for this, I also took for granted a lot of the stuff that the media force-fed me, because that's what you know at the age of 18. You say there are some vague laws making their way through Congress that are hostile to the trans community.
Know how?
I don't think those
do you
laws
know
actually
about,
exist, but I don't blame you if
Listen
that's
to me.
what the cable media is feeding you. But let's get to the specifics, and then we're able to actually have an open dialogue. And that's one of the things I've learned over the last 20 years.
I think that the issue is we're getting our media from different sources. Both people are getting media from these skewed sources. The facts that you're presenting are not always correct.
And that's why we're here with no TV screens between us. So people who have policy-based substantive disagreements, we invite those. I think that's how we're going to get our country back. And as it relates to trans, which you brought up, 18 or above, you're free to live how you want. You're not free to force that onto somebody else, or especially kids. And if we agree on that, we make some progress. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. That was a really insightful video. Boobage on the side, she went up there thinking she knew what she was doing, and she had no clue what she was walking into. I don't think she gave anything of any substance at all. She started talking about the LGBTQ thing, basically, but I don't know. Like, I get why it's the most watched video ever now. It makes complete sense. But aside from that reasoning, it was still a good video because it's nice to see Vivek participating, and it was also nice to see how they interacted with somebody that was being totally disrespectful from the get. There was nothing but like kindness and love from Charlie, and I don't get why people hate on him so much. But anyway, guys, there you go. The most watched video Charlie Kirk ever did. Now you know why. I appreciate you stopping by and watching it with me. I'm your Huckleberry. You can call me Huck. We'll see you in the next video. You're Daisy if you do. Peace!